Happy New Year's, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Metal Nights with the Metal Coach. We're talking about all things rock, hard rock, and heavy metal. Tonight, I will be your guide through the epic albums that were released in the year 2023. So get ready for a headbanging good time as we count down the top 10 hard rock and heavy metal albums of 2023. But before we get into the top 10 hard rock and heavy metal albums of 2023, please like, subscribe, share, and leave some comments. All that and more when the Metal Coach returns, coming up next. Welcome back to the show, my fellow metalheads. I am your host, Steven, the Metal Coach Holly, and on tonight's episode, I am counting down my top 10 hard rock and heavy metal albums of the year 2023. So let's get this countdown rolling. Let's go right now. Rocking right into the number 10 spot, we have the band Dirty Honey with their album Can't Find the Brakes. This album has it all. It is a modern day rock and roll dream come true. This album is full of sing-along hooky choruses that are just freaking anthemic in my opinion. The production of the album is top notch, clean and vibrant. You can hear every note and every instrumentation crisp and clean. The vocals are crystal clear and sound amazing. Dirty Honey sounds like a little bit of 70s Aerosmith with a dash of Led Zeppelin with a little bit of Guns N' Roses thrown in for good measure. This album takes you back to the golden era of classic rock, bringing a listener back to a better time when rock ruled the world. Great songs on this album are Won't Take Me Alive, Don't Put Out the Fire, Dirty Mind, Can't Find the Brakes, and my favorite on the album, Get a Little High. So let's go ahead and check that song out right now.
Memories before you said your goodbyes. I can't take it, I can't take it. It's so hard to believe, but you'll find me if I sometimes I get a little bit high, and it's alright now. Just gotta ease my mind, and it's alright now. She said goodbye, but it's alright now. We'll get a little bit high.
Rolling right into the number 9 spot on tonight's countdown, we have Dawan with their comeback album, Heaven Comes Down. This album, in my opinion, fully encapsulates Dawan's trademark sound that we've been listening to since the early 1980s. I absolutely love it. I feel it is a rock and roll gem, and it just kicks ass. John Levin's guitar work is simply stunning across the board. Brilliant on the whole album. He is the absolute star of this album, in my opinion. Dawan, in my honest opinion, exceeded my expectations. I did not know what to expect from Dawan with all his medical issues and how he has sounded live in the last couple years. But you know what? He put out a great effort on this record. That is the best he's sounded in a long time. Songs that I absolutely love on this album are Gypsy, Fugitive, Just Like a Rose, I'll Never Give Up, and one of my favorites on the album is called Saving Grace. Let's go crank that song up right now and take a listen to it right now.
Me from this place that never ends. Saving grace. Guess I left it in that other place. Saving grace. Now there's only sorrow. No more saving grace.
The number 8 spot on tonight's countdown is the band Heaven's Edge with their comeback album, Get It Right. The boys from Philly are back with their long-awaited comeback album called Get It Right. Heaven's Edge have created a melodic metal rock gem, in my opinion. The music is guitar-driven with catchy riffs and killer solos, all played by Reggie Wu, who, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated guitar players to come out of that era. He is just simply fabulous. The songs are full of melody and chock full of catchy sing-along choruses. Vocalist Mark Evans still has it, in my opinion. Has the soaring vocals, has a little bit of raspiness to it. His vocals stand out on every track. His vocals have aged very, very well. The production is really good, and it's polished with that 80s feel, but it seems modern in my opinion. You can hear everything, and nothing is overmixed. If you love a comeback and you love great 80s inspired rock and roll, you will absolutely love this freaking album. Songs that I love are Gone, 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 What Could Have Been, Dirty Little Secret, Raise 'Em Up, Nothing Left But Goodbye, and my favorite on the album, the anthemic Had Enough, which is a total rock gem in my opinion. So let's go check out Had Enough right now by Heaven's Edge. Let's go. Right into the number 7 spot is the band Disciple with their brilliant album Skeleton Psalms. This album just freaking rocks in my opinion, and it really just builds off of the momentum of their last couple of albums. Skeleton Psalms is chock full of exciting riffs and intricate guitar solos by Andrew Stanton and Josiah Prince. And then you have some seriously harsh screams by Mr. Kevin Young, which I personally think this is his best vocal performance on any of the albums he's done with Disciple. The album to me is energetic, it's cathartic, and powerful. Skeleton Psalms is an album that engages the senses, and through the production of the album, the band has created a sonic masterpiece. Disciple has just reinforced their legacy of one of the staples of Christian hard rock and heavy metal. Songs that I absolutely just love on this album are The Executioner, Promise to Live, Skeleton Psalms, Bad Words, 2020 Blind, and one of my favorite songs on the album, Resurrecting Reasons. So let's crank this one up and let's take a listen to this gem right now.
Right in front of me, and I'm trying to push your blue skies away. I keep murdering your mercy from my memory. I try to run, but I can't escape, 'cause I'm in hell and you're here with me. You keep resurrecting reasons to keep resurrecting Jesus in me.
Exploding into the number 6 spot tonight on our countdown, you have Martin Simpson's Destroyer of Death with the album Eternal Reign, which is their debut album. The album just rocks from start to finish. The lineup on this album is just freaking killer. You have the mastermind behind the album, my friend Martin Simpson on bass, and then you have two of the best vocalists in the business with Rob Rock from Impellitteri, and then you have Jorn Land. Then, to even make it even better, you add one of the greatest guitar players in the industry in CJ Grimerick from Narnia. Then, you get a guest appearance from none other than the amazing Rex Carroll from White Cross on one of the songs. With this lineup, you knew from the get-go that you were about to get something special, and that's exactly what we got. Eternal Reign is an absolute killer album full of great melodic metal. The album has no filler in my opinion. Every song is great, and you also get redone versions of two previously released tracks, Master of All and Destroyer of Death, and I think they're even better than the originals, which I absolutely love the originals. If you love great vocals, you love great melodic metal, you love awesome guitar playing, anthemic choruses, and great Christian uplifting lyrics, this album is for you, and you got to go get it. Standout tracks, in my opinion, are Holy Ground, Rapture, Never Surrender, War Within, and Glory to the King, which we're going to crank up right now and check out. Let's go.
Singing glory.
have finally hit the midway point, and we are at number 5. And rolling into that number 5, we have the band Sweet and Lynch with the album Heart and Sacrifice. This album is a masterfully done piece of melodic hard rock and metal. It is an absolute gem in my opinion. Of the 3 albums that George Lynch and Michael Sweet have collaborated on and put it together, this one is their best. So I guess you could say the third time is the charm. The boys have taken their rock game to another level on this album. Michael, as always, sounds freaking incredible. And then you have George Lynch just doing George Lynch type of stuff. His electrifying riffs and his electrifying solos, just brilliant. The songs on the album range from mid-up-tempo rockers to absolute metal gems. This is a perfect blend of Stryper, Dokken, and early Lynch Mob. So if you love those bands, you're going to love this album. So if you love great musicianship combined with truly great written songs, you're going to love this one. With songs such as Heart and Sacrifice, Where I Have to Go, Miracle, Leaving It All Behind, After All I Said and Done, and one of my favorites, You'll Never Be Alone. So let's go take a listen to Never Be Alone right now off of Sweet and Lynch's album, Heart and Soul. Right into the number 4 spot on our countdown, we have the band Souldriver with their debut album Return Me to Light. This album features Michael Sweet of Stryper and Alessandro Del Vecchio of Edge of Forever. This is an album chock full of hooks, riffs, catchy melodies, and anthemic choruses. This is a feel-good rock gem that will have you absolutely would have been a major hit if it had come out in the mid-1980s. The production on the album is just beautifully done, and you know that they took their time to make it sound great sonically. To me, this is just an added bonus to the rest of the album. Just makes it even better, the production. If you love rock that has elements of Journey, Survivor, Toto, Foreigner with a bit of Whitesnake and Europe thrown in, you will absolutely love this AOR gem. Songs that rock, in my opinion, are Rise Again, Anymore, Hope, Holding You, Pieces of Forever, Spinning Wheel, and my favorite, the title track, Return Me to Light, which we're going to go check out right now.
The kind of light that we can find. What's in front is far behind. Within that we've lost most every fate. Broken and contrite. I see the pain in your eyes. The shades of color in the sky. They always know what's in my sight. Return me to light.
All right, everyone, we have made it to the final 3 on the top 10 albums of 2023, according to me, the Metal Coach. At number 3, the bronze medalist of hard rock and metal, we have the Defiance with the album Drive. This album just rocks. It is a throwback to a time when rock ruled the airwaves. It is just a fun record to listen to. It screams summertime, and cruising in your convertible with your top down, with your music cranked up to 11. It is full of energy, and if you love great music like I do, you're going to love this album. Lane's vocals are amazing. Bruno Ravel and Rob Marcello are just on another level musically. I think this is the best of their 3 albums so far. Production is wonderful, crisp and clean, makes it even stand out even more. Favorites on this album, in my opinion, are Hey Life, Go Big or Go Home, 19 Summertime, Miracle, and one of my favorites on the album, So Good. So let's go check out So Good from our number 3 album, The Defiance, with the album Drive. Let's go. Right into the silver medal spot on our countdown at number 2. It is Winger with the album 7. Winger is back for the first time in 9 years with their 7th studio album. They are one of the few hard rock and metal bands from the 80s that still sound amazing live. If you've never checked them out, go see them. They are brilliant. They just seem to get better with age. They have yet again produced an album that is solid from start to finish. This album has it all, in my opinion. It is also a very heavy album, which is a little bit different for them, but it still maintains the classic Winger sound. It is an album of epic anthemic sing-along choruses that will get you up, get you moving, get you rocking and rolling. You will need to crank this up to get the full effect. Kip Winger's vocals, amazing. Just seems to get better with age, and he really has put together a brilliant performance on this album. Of course, then you have the riff master on the axe, Reb Beach, who to me is the star of the album. You got killer riffs, killer harmonies, killer solos. That's exactly what you get from Reb Beach on this album. 7 is worth listening from start to finish. If you do, you will not be disappointed. This is their best work to date and just shows you how talented this band really is. Songs that I absolutely love on this album are Proud Desperado, Heaven's Falling, Tears of Blood, Voodoo Fire, and my favorite on the album, Resurrect Me, which we're going to crank up to 11 and check out right now. Let's go. We have made it to number 1, numero uno, the best of the best, the gold medal album of 2023. It's Extreme with their album 6. This album took 15 years to finally get to us, and in my opinion, it is a hard rock masterpiece. There is so much to unpack while listening to this album. You have to play it several times to get the full effect. And to really absorb it. I had to listen to it several times to for all of it to make sense. There's so many great and different musical styles on display on this album. It is a roller coaster ride of songs that retain the essence of Extreme, but they have moved the band in just another direction with a little bit of industrial, a little bit at times, little EDM vibes coming through at times. Overall, the songs offer an excellent melodic rock, which you will absolutely love on this album. Nuno Bettencourt, he might be the heir apparent to the greatest guitarist on earth since the passing of Eddie Van Halen. You get great riffs, great licks, you get great little tricks, masterful solos. Melodic guitar playing is what you get from Nuno Bettencourt on this album. Gary Cherone, this is one of the best he's sounded on any album. They're strong, full of emotion, and has a lot of attitude to it. You can tell they really took their time when they wrote this album and the way they produced this album, because it is sonically beautiful, if that makes sense. It's just an absolute masterpiece of an album. Some of my favorites on this album are Rise, Rebel, Banshee, The Mask, Thicker Than Blood, and one of my favorites on the album, it's kind of a little bit different, Other Side of the Rainbow. So let's go take a listen to Other Side of the Rainbow from our #1 album of 2023, Extreme, with the album 6. Let's go right now.
Leave it all behind, keeping it out of sight and out of mind. Maybe take a chance on me, baby. You might think that I'm crazy. Follow me, baby. We can find the other side of the rainbow. Come with me, don't just say no. No regret, let your heart go. I believe, baby, we could find our faith in love again.
There you go, guys. The top 10 hard rock and metal albums of the year that was 2023, according to me, the Metal Coach. So what do you think of my top 10 albums of 2023? Leave some comments in the comments section. Let me know what your top 10 albums were of this past year. Guys, that concludes another glamorous night of rock exploration with the Metal Coach. Thank you for joining me on Metal Nights, where the riffs are loud and the rock is grand. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave some comments, and until next time, keep the metal flame burning. And as always, guys, keep it fun, keep it metal, crank up something loud, and I'll see you guys really soon. And I want to wish you guys all a happy and blessed new year. Keep it metal, guys.